Jamall Emmers, appreciate the time, man. Get you on the show before you make your big promotional debut on March 7th. A little over a week ago, you put up the post saying that you got your contract. Take me through what exactly happened.
Well, um, that Monday, actually, I got a call from my manager. He FaceTime me. We usually don't FaceTime me. Either call me like a regular phone call or text me, and like I thought that was weird. So I was like, okay, why is he FaceTime me? So I thought about it. I was like, should I even answer this? But I ended up answering it, and like he was on the phone, and he was like, hey, you busy March 7th? I'm like, no. He's like, what's up? And he's like, the UFC wants you to fight March 7th. I was like, okay, let's do it. I'm ready. So that's how it happened.
You didn't even know the name, nothing. It was just like, it doesn't matter. Like, give me
No,
my chance.
yeah, it didn't matter. I didn't care who it was. I didn't even care what weight class it was. I'm just ready to go.
Your last fight, man, less than a month ago. Were you training immediately after that? Just staying ready, being ready, waiting for your opportunity to come?
Yeah, I took a little break and got right back into training. Like how I usually do. I let my body heal a little, and I hop right back into training. I take it a little slower, but considering I'm fighting for the UFC, I just went right back into camp full speed.
All right, let's jump back to summer of 2018 Contender Series. You lose your fight in the second round. A major bump in the road for in your career. It turned all the way around, man. After that fight, I want to get into after that fight though. What was the mind state like? Moving forward.
Just picking myself back up. Like my my life has been like that. Just bumps in the road my whole life. So it was nothing new. Losing a fight is okay. It happens. Everybody got to lose sometimes. So I figured like I'll pick myself up and just keep going. Like the journey not over. So just keep on fighting.
Well, after that, 4 fights, 4 finishes. You're like a madman on a mission. And what changed? You said that it's just you've been through bumps in the road, but some things must have changed. What has changed for you?
Um, a little. I think a little bit more maturity. That's what changed. Like everything pretty much was the same. It's just me getting older. I'm 30 years old now, so like that I think played a major part. Just maturing and experiencing life. That's I think that's what made a difference in my fighting.
Your opponent, Evloev, he's described as very efficient. He's undefeated, so he must be efficient. Not the most exciting. Kind of very opposite from what you're doing, what you have been doing lately. What is your breakdown of the Russian?
Just like you said, he is efficient. But I see certain holes in his game that I can exploit. Like it's on his feet. He's still a little green. I can tell from a couple of his UFC fights just watching. But I mean, I know it's going to be a tough fight. Like I know how Russians get down. I've trained with Russians before, so um, I mean, other than that, like I don't see too much of me. I mean, of a threat, honestly. Like just being honest, just from watching, like from just critiquing this game, me being the veteran that I am, I just see certain things. Um, but I know he's gonna be a tough fight. I know he's gonna be there to fight. So, I mean, I'm not looking past this guy at all.
When a fighter prepares, they have camps, and usually some guys have these long camps, and your camp this time around is a little bit shorter. Do you prefer the shorter camp, or do you like having a longer time to prepare for opponent?
To me, it don't really matter.
Mm.
Short camp, long camp. Like I said, I train year round. I don't just train when I have a fight. So I'm always in shape. So it really doesn't matter how long the camp is.
Are you watching the film on your opponent, or are you just letting your coaches take care of all of that?
No, I'm watching film also. Like me and my coaches will watch film and we'll go and like bounce ideas off each other. See, like we all seeing the exact same thing. So I mean, like I just gotta make sure I follow the game plan. That's it.
Are you also some fighters that I talk to? They say, I'm watching the film. I'm watching the interviews. I'm watching interviews from 3 years ago. I'm going deep into my opponent. Do you do that approach, or are you just like, okay, I'll watch the film, but I'm not really worried about what he's talking about?
I mean, sometimes I will watch interviews every now and again, but not this time around. I'm just like just breaking them down as he fights. Just seeing what he does wrong, what he does right. That's about it. I just gotta fight him. I don't really care about like the interviews at this point. No.
Your team, your coaches that are around you that built you to who you are today, who are they, and what do they bring each of your coaches to your arsenal?
All my coaches, they have years of knowledge. They probably got maybe close to 100 years of knowledge combined. My head coach Jacob Bainey out of Pinnacle. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt. He's trained UFC fighters. He's Bobby Green, one of his most known fighters. Then we got Brandon Hastings. He's my one of my stand-up coaches. He's done karate since he was like 5, 6 years old. I got another coach out in LA. One of my striking coaches, Rod. He's been doing this since he was young too. And then Ben Jones at CSW. I mean, what else can I say about the guys at CSW? They've been around forever. So like I got a lot of coaches with a lot of knowledge. So I mean, I just gotta follow their lead, just do whatever they tell me what they need me to do, and just stick to that.
Your sparring partners, your drilling partners, who have they been for the last couple of camps?
Darrion Caldwell, that's one of my main training partners. If you follow wrestling in the States,
Yeah.
national champ, uh, former Bellator bantamweight, actually in the featherweight tournament now for $1 million. High level wrestler. So I'm used to getting pushed by high level wrestlers. So like he's been ever since I moved to California, he's been like one of my main training partners. I got Jacob Rosales out of CSW also, jiu-jitsu black belt, great catch wrestler. Curtis Melinder, UFC vet. That's another guy I train with a lot. So like I got a lot of good bodies I can work with, a lot of different types that can push me in different ways.
Caldwell, going back to him, his fight in the tournament when he faced off against a Borch, and man, that was just a phenomenal performance, man. It just showed you that
Yeah,
he's actually elevating his skill set too by dominating that fight. Because I think a lot of people underestimated him in that fight
yeah,
going in.
yeah. Most definitely. Like I knew going in, just helping them prepare for that fight. I was like, man, he got this. It's like I was surprised he didn't finish it a little sooner. Because knowing him, he was like in camp, he was just firing. I was like, oh man, he's looking amazing in camp. But I mean, he still got the job done regardless. So I'm proud of him.
Well, when your teammate goes out there, a close sparring partner of yours, and does a phenomenal job like that, it must add something to your confidence, right? Moving forward.
Yeah, most definitely. Just knowing that I saw what he did, and I know I train with him every day, and I'm like, man, this dude's like one of the top guys in the world, and I get to like you know be a part of his journey. He's a part of mine. Like it's an amazing thing. So like just seeing him win and you know move on in the tournament, like it boosts my confidence a little bit too.
You mentioned your head coach, jiu-jitsu black belt. Then you mentioned one of your sparring partners who's into the catch wrestling. And what differences do you see in those two different styles? Because a lot of people have arguments over that.
Like I like the catch wrestling. It's more gritty. Like it's just like how can I hurt this person? Like I
Yeah.
I, I kind of like that. So like rolling with him, like he'll use some of his catch stuff on me, and I'll be like, hey, you gotta show me that. I like that, and he'll show me. So like I like that part of the game. It's more like a dirtier version of jiu-jitsu, and I like it.
Your fight coming up, UFC 248. What are you expecting out of yourself? What type of performance do you want to have in front of that, massive crowd?
I'm always looking for the W. So
Mm.
I like that. That's my main objective. my last couple of fights haven't been boring, so I don't expect to be in a boring fight this fight. Uh, but I mean, we just have to see. Like they say, styles make fights. Who knows? I might have the recipe for him. We just never know, but we'll find out soon.
We might see that catch wrestling, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Since you are a UFC featherweight now, Alex Volkanovski is the champ. He's the reigning champ, and a lot of people are talking about who should he fight next. I wanted to pick your brain about that. Should it be the rematch against Max Holloway, or should maybe the Korean Zombie get his chance? What do you think?
um, I mean, I would like to see the rematch. Just the fact that Max, what he did in the time that he had the belt, it just seems right to just let him get the rematch. Um, the Korean Zombie probably should get the next fight, but I mean, I'm just leaning towards Max because what he's done with the run that he had.
If you were in Volkanovski's spot, what would you choose? Because you're the champ, right? Of course, people say I'm the champ. I'll fight anybody, but come on, you
I
gotta make
mean,
money too.
yeah, I mean, but like the champ don't have to call nobody out. The champ got the
Yeah.
target on his back. Everybody want to be the champ, so like all he gotta do is sit there and wait. Like he's on the throne now, So if I was him, I'll just, I'll let the UFC deal with that. That's,
Hmm.
he just gotta fight. He just gotta show up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But, when you're negotiating, it's a different story, though. You know what
Yeah, yeah, that's
I
true.
mean? All right. One last thing before I let you go. There's so many different types of individuals in combat sports, and you are different from everybody else. When you look at it, there's most of the time there's only two types. There's the martial artist, let me say refrain, or the prize fighter. Like, where do you put yourself?
um, hmm, that's a good question. I never really thought about that. I mean, I understand that at the end of the day, it's a business, but at the same time, I like martial arts as a whole. Like not just like one type. I just like it as a whole. So I probably couldn't put myself in a box. Like because I mean I don't know. I don't know how to call that one. That's a tough one right there.
All right, I might have to come back to that in the future. After
All
you get
right.
a couple more fights and get those pockets full and see what happens. All right, man. Well, March 7th, UFC 248, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. Jamall Emmers makes his UFC debut, man. It sounds good to say. Thank you so much. Good luck on the fight. Good luck on your future. Good luck on everything else that you're doing in your life. And we'll speak soon.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for having me.